Kol halal, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Chakdash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, as well as honor to the men under the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and those who hope to be of that number. This is an article from the Telegraph website. Cats to be microchipped by law in government, as in UK government crackdown on pet thefts, people who steal your pets. Police figures show that the number of cats being stolen has gone up by 12.3% during the Crown pandemic. The article was put up 3 days ago. All 10 million cats in the UK are to be microchipped by law after thefts went up by 12% in a year. And even in Standard, there's a bunch of these articles. Cat owners could be fined £500 if they fail to microchip their pets. Cat owners across the UK could face £500 fines if they fail to get their pets microchipped under new government plans. The pandemic has led to a surge in the number of cats being taken, with data showing deaths, those stealing them, were up 3 times in 5 years. Compulsory, another word for mandatory. Remember, mandatory means without option. Microchipping for cats and kittens aims to help reunite thousands of owners with their lost and stolen chips, and it's like lost and stolen pets. The microchipping measure, which means animals can be tracked and identified if they are stolen or resold, is part of a raft of measures to combat the black market in stolen pets. Those who refuse to microchip their pets will face fines under the proposals, the Telegraph reports. And according to this article, will be £500 fines. But for those who say, oh, if you take the RFID chip, you can't be tracked, or the RFID chip is not a tracking chip, it is. That's literally why they put in your pets, to be able to track them, identify them more easily. If they literally tell you right here, the microchip measure, which means animals can be tracked and identified. When you have that microchip in you, you're going to be able to be tracked and traced, geolocated at all times. So they're pushing the convenience. They're making it mandatory for all cats to be microchipped in the UK. All cats and kittens to be microchipped in the UK, else face some fines from the government, UK government. So the microchip is also a tracking device, and they want that in you. That's why I brought out this article, because this was sudden. Pretty soon they're going to want humans to have this chip under their skin, to have it implanted. Revelation 13:15 through 18. And he had power to give life unto the image, the ways of the beast. The beast is NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and EU, European Union. That the image, the ways of the beast of NATO and EU should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image, the ways of the beast, should be killed. And they're going to have their spokespersons, like the MPs, the politicians and whatnot, speak into existence that if you don't take this, you're going to be sentenced to be killed. And he calls it all, everyone, both small and great, small in status and great in status. If you're your average Joe, if you're a nobody, and great in status, if you're a social media influencer, if you're a celebrity, a popular actor, a renowned athlete, whether you're still performing or not, like Michael Jordan, rich and poor, self-explanatory. Free and bond, those who are able to move around freely, and bond those in prison, to receive a mark, charagma, a scratch or etching in their right hand. And their right hand is not just talking about the right hand, but really their strong hand. Most people's strong hand is their right hand. But you know, when you read other scriptures like Revelation 24, it says in either hand, roughly paraphrasing Revelation 24, or in their foreheads, because there are these brain chips that are coming out, like Neuralink, you can check out with Elon Musk. And that no man might buy or sell, no financial transaction, save he, but he, except he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. His number is 666, as it tells you in verse 18. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. We check out the Bible translations. They make it easier. They say his number is 666, New King James Version. But yeah, you got Chi, Chai, stigma. And stigma means a mark of disgrace.
Strong's G5516. Chi, Xi, stigma. Chi, Xi, stigma.
Chi, Chai, stigma. Stigma is a mark of disgrace. Define stigma. Stigma, Google definition, or the definition.
Stigma.
Definition Google first shows up. What? It's a noun. 1. A mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality of person. Example sentence. The stigma of having gone to prison will always be with me. Why is it a mark of disgrace? Because if you go to prison, you've typically been placed there for a crime. 2. In Christian tradition, marks correspond to those left on Christ's Israeli Hamashiach's body by the crucifixion, said to have been impressed by divine favor on the bodies of Saint Francis of Assisi and others. A little, that's off. That bit there. A mark of shame or discredit. Yeah, it's shameful to take that mark, because those who take it, that if you're first and foremost, if you're Israelite, the Lord is going to destroy you with thermonuclear fire and chariot fire. Let's get the judgment for. Actually, let's not get the judgment yet. We'll get it afterwards. Yeah, we saw in Revelation 13:16 through Revelation 13:15 through 18. That no man might buy and sell save he that had the mark. No financial transactions, buying and selling on financial transactions. You won't be able to trade or anything if you don't have this MOB. Let's get Sirach 13:14 through 17. Because if you notice, they're pushing cryptocurrency, things like BitChute, but that's just conditioning for paying by buying and selling things, you know, paying for stuff cashless. Because we know the future of currency is cashless, fully digital, so that the elites of Esau have total control over your financial transactions. Because so long as there's cash, they won't be able to trace or stop, you know, what you can or can't buy with the money you have. But with digital, they can increase it, they can decrease it, they can freeze it, they can just straight up shut down your chip if you have one bad thought, if you do something they don't like, etc. Sirach chapter 13. Sirach is also known as Ecclesiasticus aka Sirach. Sirach chapter 13 verses 4 through 7. If thou be for his profit, Esau's profit, he will use thee. If you have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. If you have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee, and shake his head at thee. An example is you getting the chip in you, and you know what I mean by the chip, what we just read on those cats. Him using you to your full capabilities, as well as you being the ultimate slave. Because if you take this, the MOB, you're going to be the total slave of Esau. And when you check out Charagma, it talks about, you know, a mark of service. Let me just get it. Mark of servitude, something along those lines. Check out the word for Charagma. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Okay. A stamp. There it is. Stamp as a badge of servitude. You're going to be a total slave to Esau, Edom, if you take that mark. Esau is going to make you naked, leave you out there in the dark, as in naked, he's just going to leave you out there in the dark, and he won't feel sorry for you. He will lie to people, trick people by, getting them to take the chip. That's why E is pushing this whole thing. They put thee in hope like he's a savior, and E is coming across as a false savior. He's going to say you're alright, but behind the scenes, he's just being the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's going to dry you of all your resources. And then a tree being dry is you being dead. And him laughing thee to scorn is to have you in derision, and derision is mocking. And he's not going to feel sorry for you because misery loves company. 2nd Esdras 16:68 through 69. So he is just using you for all your capabilities, and then when you can no longer serve him, when he can no longer get any more use out of you, he's just gonna leave you out there to wither away, and he's not gonna feel sorry for you if he does that. So don't trust the enemy. The scriptures say never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rust, so is his wickedness. 2nd Esdras 16:68 through 69. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden under foot. The burning wrath of a great multitude are these devils. They're going to try and force that chip in you. Those that bow down to this beast system will get beat painfully by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai if you get that chip inside your body. 2/3 are going to consent. Judgment for taking the chip and being joined in hand with the wicked. You're going to get destroyed. Scriptures say, though hand join hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And then it goes to say the seed of the righteous are going to be delivered, and that's ultimately the elect are going to be delivered. They're the ones who are going to get saved on this side. Revelation 14:9 through 11, the judgment for taking the mark of the beast. Revelation 14:9 through 11. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image. And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So those who take this MOB, they're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire and chariot fire. And they're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire and chariot fire in the presence of the angels and in the presence of Yahushua. Proverbs 11:21, I already brought that up. Psalms 26:4 through 5. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and will not sit with the wicked. Sin with vain persons and sin with E. This system, this world, dissemble means to give false or misleading appearance, to hide truth or real nature of. E is misleading people with the chip, because he tells them it's going to benefit them, but actually it will be for their death. We, us hopeful elect, will not sit with the ways of the society. For example, getting the chip in you is sin with E and the society. And then, Isaiah 36:6. But the point has been proven. I just want to bring out some scriptures. Hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.